So let's have a little chat, shall we? I talk about a variety of things. I am an occultist, and I always give my occult view and my occult assessment of any given situation because that's what I do, and that is why I refer to myself as the occult view. Um, so I just wanted people to be reintroduced to me. Some of you may know me as Sia Grant. Some of you may know me as other names as well. But nevertheless, I am the occult view. And what I do is I look at situations and I use my spiritual eye, not my third eye. Everyone is so wrapped up into the third eye when that is only three-dimensional vision in actuality. Um, I look at things from a sixth dimensional view because everybody's always talking about the third eye, but we have more than one spiritual eye. It's not just the third eye. There are other spiritual eyes that we can tap into, and that is how I see things. I look at things from my spiritual eye, which is really the all-seeing eye, where you can see things in different dimensions. It's not just about the third eye. I'm not discounting the third eye, but everybody talks about the third eye, but nobody talks about the other, ways that we can see things. You understand what I'm saying? So here's where I'm going with all of this. I was having a conversation with someone about a situation, and we were talking about how people who do certain spiritual work can send a person in, and the person may not even be aware of it. They can send a person in as a Trojan horse to cause issues for a particular person. No matter how high up on the hog the person may think they are on a spiritual level, saying that nothing can touch them. I'm on this high vibrational level, whatever, okay. But anybody can be touched. Anybody can be motherfucking touched. It's just a question of how hard it is to touch you. Anyone can be touched. Because there are certain people, such as myself, who knows how to do certain work to send out people to do shit for them, and that person won't even know it. That person won't even know, but that's something totally different that I'm not going to really get into. But yeah, I'm one of those people who know how to do that. So I know it can be done, and I'm not going to get into too much details about that. But people who do certain, what some people would call dark work, but it's really not dark. It's not a question of good or bad. To me, it's a question of control and power. And there was a situation where someone was sent somewhere, and after he engaged with this individual, this person began to go down. Okay? This person began to go down. And everything around him began to shift, and not in a good way, after he had virtual contact with this particular individual. Because you do know that energy and spirits don't know any boundaries. Computers are not going to protect you from energy. Or rather, you're not exempt from being affected by certain energy because of the computer. You feel what I'm saying? So the point of this is, and this video won't be that long, people can touch you, and they can use other people to do it. And the stupid dumb fuck who thinks that they're a teacher, or who thinks that they're so high up on the motherfucking occult ladder, who is being used as the Trojan horse, That dumb fuck motherfucker or people that are like that person, they are easy to use in this type of what people would call spell work. I'm going to call it spell work. Or even the transference of energy, the transferring of energy. Because a lot of times what these people will do is they will use another person to transfer energy to someone else. And you don't have to be in the same motherfucking room with them. All you have to do is share virtual space with that person. And then whatever afflictions that person has, you will mimic those afflictions as well, depending on what type of spell that they're trying to throw out on you. You feel what I'm saying? So you even have to be careful who you share virtual space with. Because again, energy travels. Energy travels through the motherfucking computer. It travels through the fucking phone. I know, you crazy, Sia Grant, but that's okay. I'd rather be motherfucking crazy than to be unstable. I would rather be crazy than to be unstable. Because crazy people, let me just throw this in there. Y'all know I'm all over the motherfucking place sometimes. But that's just me. That's the Virgo in me. Crazy people at least have creativity behind them. At least we can look at things in our own way and we can make sense out of our craziness. See, I understand my craziness. An unstable person has no creativity. A person who's unstable is just fucking unstable. And then the audacity for this person to be put up like he's a fucking teacher, when in order to be a teacher, number one, an unstable person cannot and should not be no spiritual teacher. That's number one. Number two, in order for you to be a teacher, you have to be a student and be willing to learn as well. Let me say that again. Let me say it another way. If you are not willing to learn, then you are not a teacher. You're not a teacher. And that's just as simple as that. You're not a teacher. So I just wanted to say that part for that part of the video. Now let me get into something else too that I want to make clear about. I want to be a little clear on something. A while back, somebody called themselves trying to check me on something. And I want to send out this energy back. I don't have to mention the person's name because I'm a bad motherfucker. It'll get to the person that it's supposed to get to. But it's not really from a place of animosity. It's from a place of understanding. Because we all have our own perspective on things. We all see things in our own way. We're not looking through the same lenses. Our experiences shape us. So we all have our own way of looking at things, especially in this spiritual game. Nobody is going to see the same thing. Nobody is going to see things the same way. And if you are a person who calls yourself conscious or enlightened and you think that everyone is going to see things the same way that you do, you really need to reevaluate if you should be calling yourself that or not. Because I see a whole lot of unconscious motherfuckers around here calling themselves conscious and enlightened when they're really not. They're really just operating from the ego. This is what I'm talking about. Everybody knows that I'm gay and I'm openly gay. I don't fucking hide it. I don't give a fuck who likes it. I don't give a fuck who don't like it. But if you step to me with some motherfucking bullshit, like the Queen of Hearts said, off with your motherfucking head. And I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. You can take it how the fuck you want. Your mother can take it how she wants. It's just what the fuck it is. That's just what it is. And one thing I've learned about the black spiritual conscious community is that a lot of them are not as conscious as they say they are. They're not. Because they are so hung up on a person's sexual orientation when most of those motherfucking niggas over there in those black spiritual conscious communities, most of those niggas do have issues with their sexual orientation. They will either lie and say that they're heterosexual when they're not, or they will make up stories and try to add shit to formulas that don't fucking fit. A person who identifies themselves as a bottom, who has sex with men, let me repeat that, because some people are slow and stupid and they're not that fucking bright. I had said once before that a man who takes dick in his ass from another man is not heterosexual. He's not even straight, because straight and heterosexual are two different motherfucking things. And that's a whole nother motherfucking video that I don't even really want to get into, because people will not understand, because we're not talking about judging people or putting people in a certain a category human-wise. I'm talking about the exchange of energy. The energy has changed surrounding that word straight. That is why if you are a heterosexual person, you should refer to yourself as heterosexual, because nowadays so many people are calling themselves straight when they're not. Okay? But when you say that you're heterosexual, that kind of puts a stamp on it. Now I know what you're saying. Well, there are people who can say they're heterosexual, but they're really not. That's true. But what I'm telling you is that the word and the energy of straight, that word and that energy has shifted and changed into something else. See, this is why I'm a seer. This is why I do what I do. This is why I'm a gatekeeper, because I understand these types of things. I'm not saying I'm the baddest and all that, Well, maybe in my mind I am, But I'm not saying that I'm better than anyone else. Other people think that I'm better than them. That's why niggas were so jealous when I was on certain platforms that I will not name. They were so jealous about that. They were so fucking jealous. Because those black conscious spiritual niggas over there, they cannot fathom the idea of a conscious black gay person. If I were a white gay person that was conscious, they would have accepted me more. And I don't need their acceptance, but I'm just making a point. Them motherfuckers don't even accept themselves. I can listen to the words that, and I'm going on a tangent, I can listen to the words that comes out of their mouths. And I already know who the fuck they are before they know. I already know. Just by listening to the words and the vibrations and the frequencies coming out of their mouths. I already know. Years ago, when I went to Brother Panic for a consultation, one of the reasons I went to him was because I was having spiritual experiences that I didn't understand. And he helped me to understand what was really going on with me. And one of the things that I was able to do was to see auras around people. If I can see your aura, then I know who you are. When your words come out of your motherfucking mouth, I already know who the fuck you are. You're still trying to figure out who you are, but I already know. I already know who a motherfucker is when the words come out of their mouth, because I can listen to the frequency, I can listen to the vibration. I don't even have to see your fucking aura. A bottom is a gay terminology to describe a homosexual male who takes dick up his ass. That is the foundation of that terminology. And the reason that I know, see, I don't debate about what I think. The person who tried to check me doesn't even consider himself gay. He doesn't even consider himself gay. He is in a totally different energy and frequency. So he does not see the same things that I do. So to try to check me on some shit that I know, you've already lost the motherfucking battle. Especially when this person was up in my inbox trying to come on to me and begging me for a consultation years ago, and I still have the fucking emails. But that's another story. Everything is about the exchange of energy, okay? So when a man takes a dick up his ass, again, I'm not talking about taking dildos or inanimate objects or a woman putting on a strap on and, fucking you in the ass. Okay? I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about two men who are together, who are exchanging a certain amount of energy between each other. That energy is not straight and it's not heterosexual. Well, maybe you can call it straight because it's a straight motherfucking energy motherfucking exchange. But that's definitely not heterosexual energy, because heterosexual energy is between a man and a woman. That's a totally different frequency and a totally different vibration. Because remember, the anus is in a position in the body that is connected to the root chakras. It's also connected to, and I said chakras, it's also connected to the Kundalini energy. It's connected to the spine. And your spine is connected to your motherfucking brain. Okay? It's connected to different nexus points in your body, period, your spine. That is why when people have spinal cord injuries, it fucks them up so badly that they can't even walk. Okay? I'm telling you what I know, not what I think. This is spirit. I don't talk about what I think. I talk about what the fuck I know. So can't no nigga come and check me on a motherfucking thing. When it comes to homosexuality, not in my motherfucking world. And see, that's why a lot of niggas get fucked up, because they don't stay. Let me open up my motherfucking closet door. Let me open up my motherfucking closet door where one of my motherfucking power things are. That's all I'm going to say. That is why a lot of niggas, and I'm talking about black men, black women are cool in the gang. Black women are cool in the motherfucking gang. And I really encourage more black women to really start stepping out and taking back your motherfucking throne from these black men who have taken the lead in the black spiritual community. A lot of black women need to make them niggas take a back seat, because they're simply just, they're no good. I'm sorry, you niggas are no fucking good. You're no good. A lot of them. I ain't gonna say all y'all, but a lot of y'all ain't no motherfucking good. This is how a lot of motherfucking niggas get fucked up, by getting in other people's lane. You don't get in my motherfucking lane and try to check me, and then at the same time trying to cause dissension between me and somebody that I was cool with. Because you are an insecure person who cannot take the fact that I was getting attention. See, I'm not attention starved. I don't give a fuck about other people getting attention. I'm here to do my motherfucking work and make my motherfucking money. And I don't really make no whole lot of money doing no motherfucking spiritual work, because a lot of times I turn people down. If you're not on the same frequency, and if you're not talking what I need to hear in order to help you, then I don't just let anything around me. Remember, the spiritual Trojan horse. That's going to be the catchphrase in this video. Spiritual Trojan horse. Spiritual Trojan horse. You need to stay in your own fucking lane. You need to stay in your lane. Because going back to the anus, you can really control someone's energy and frequency through their anus. There are chakras in that part of the body that people don't even know about. People only talk about the root chakra. There are more chakras there than just the root. Okay? And let me give you an example of what I'm talking about. My current boyfriend, or my current man, because I do have a man, and let me say that too, I have a man. I'm not destitute like a lot of you motherfucking niggas who sit up on people's Facebook pages all day humping their motherfucking leg like a foo-foo dog. I don't have time for that. I have a man. I have a man. Do you really think that I'm just some single person or destitute person that does not have anybody? I do have a man. Sometimes he makes me mad. Sometimes I break up with him. But I tell you one motherfucking thing. He's up under my motherfucking voodoo and control. Or whatever you want to call it. And I'm saying voodoo to be layman. But he's up under my control. Because I used my magic on him. And I didn't do it on purpose in the beginning. In the beginning, it was just inadvertently. Let me tell you what I'm talking about. And we all adults here. And if you don't like cussing and if you don't like talking about dick sucking and all that, then you need to get the fuck up off my motherfucking video. It ain't for you. But I'm talking about this to make a fucking point to let people know. Don't ever fucking check me on shit. My boyfriend likes for me to put my finger gently inside of his rectum while I perform oral sex on him. And when I do that, and I've done this to other men too, and when I do that to him, I can see the control that I have over his entire frequency and vibration and his energy in general. I can make him do anything that I want him to do. I can even enchant him and put spells on him if I want to, which I have done. He just don't know it. And it's nothing to hurt him, but just to keep things between us cool. So even if he and I do have a disagreement, he will always come back to me because he can't stay away from me because we just have that energetic connection. Okay? So when you're dealing with or when you're playing with a person's anus, whether it be with a finger or a penis, it doesn't matter. If it's two men, there is an energy exchange that takes place between those two men. And that is not heterosexual. And it should not be confused with heterosexual energy. And this ain't no motherfucking opportunity for none of you weird, anti-gay, homophobic bitches and niggas to come to my motherfucking video, because I'll chop your heads off too with no motherfucking problem. This ain't for you. I'm making a point. I'm making a point. Everything is about energy exchange and the acceptance of certain energies. Now, people who have been violated and molested, this doesn't really apply to them because they did not accept this type of energy. It was forced upon them. So this is not really about people who've been violated or molested. This is more so for people who are openly gay or who are openly comfortable with messing with the same sex. But to try to confuse the terminology of being a bottom with being a heterosexual, that is a very, very, very dangerous motherfucking slope. Because they are two totally different energies. And here's the thing too. We're going to get into it today since a motherfucker wanted to try to check me. And this happened a long time ago. But sometimes I will sit on shit. See, I'm like a werewolf. I watch my prey from a distance. And then when they least expect it, I fucking attack. You feel what I'm saying? I'm like a werewolf in the howling. I watch with my sinister looking eyes. And then when I'm ready to come out, I come out and I attack. I don't refer to myself as a bottom. It doesn't mean that I don't like taking dick, and it doesn't mean I don't like sucking dick. It just simply means I don't refer to myself in that energy because I understand that fucking energy. Remember, I'm in this life. I understand homosexuality on a spiritual level, and I understand the certain spirits that are behind certain sex acts. When you refer to yourself as a bottom, you are attracting low vibrating vampiric types of energies to you. Remember, the spiritual Trojan horse. When you refer to yourself as a bottom, you are attracting low vibrating vampiric energies towards you. And it's not done on purpose. It's done because of our ignorance. I ain't nobody's motherfucking bottom bitch. I ain't nobody's bottom bitch. Nobody's. Now, people can refer to themselves as whomever they want, but don't include me in that low vibrating vampiric type of shit. And people that are low vibrating and vampiric, this is what they do. They go around trying to create drama and trying to create dissension between other people because they're looking for a feeding. And this particular individual, that is what they do. That is what he does. He goes around using people's names, trying to get people involved in bullshit that they don't even fucking belong in, because he refers to himself as a fucking bottom. And a straight bottom at that. So here you have someone trying to intertwine heterosexual energy with some form of a low vibrating vampiric type of energy. Because when you call yourself a bottom, you are attracting low vibrating vampiric energies to you. And you act that out based upon the energy that you're attracting. And the reason that I know that is because in my early 20s, when I was ignorant and stupid, I used to call myself a bottom. And you know what ended up happening to me? Men treated me like shit because I was their bottom bitch. They treated me like shit. But once I started becoming enlightened, this is how you know a lot of these people are not enlightened and they're not really conscious. And I don't understand how certain people can take these people fucking seriously. No disrespect, but I'm just talking. And we have to look at that and question that as well. As a cultist, why is somebody who is obviously not enlightened and not really all that conscious, why are they being put up as a spiritual teacher? But then the real people that are real motherfucking G's, the people that are really doing the work, we get shitted on. Or we get treated a certain type of motherfucking way. That is why you have to be in your own motherfucking path and you have to be on your own motherfucking game, because you can't trust these niggas. You can't trust these motherfucking niggas. You can't trust them. I don't look for admiration. Either people can like me or not. Either way, it really doesn't matter to me, because both of them are in truth, they're both the same. But what I will not allow is for somebody to check me on my own fucking shit that I know. I don't refer to myself as a bottom because I'm nobody's bottom bitch. And once I stopped doing that, I noticed that the energy changed up for the better around me. Once I started really realizing what I was attracting to myself, when I referred to myself in those terms. Now, people can call themselves whatever they want, but I'm saying to real gay black men, not pretend gay black men, but real gay black men, if you like taking dick, just say you like taking dick. Okay? If you like taking dildos up your ass, and I'm going to say this, because, I ain't no fucking hater. If you like taking dildos up your ass, just say you like taking dildos. I don't have to dress up in comedic garments to be a certain way. My wisdom does not need any dressing up. The knowledge that I put out does not need any dressing up. And I'm not coming, and let me be clear. I know I'm talking really passionate right now, but this is truthfully coming from the heart. It's not coming from an egotistical, hateful place. But what I'm not going to allow is somebody to fucking check me on my own shit. Androgyny has many different levels to it. And I understand that. I get that. But a man who takes dick up the ass from another man is not heterosexual, because it's about the energy exchange. And going back to my man, he likes for me to put my finger up his ass while I suck his dick. He likes that. And if that makes some of you all uncomfortable, this is a gay channel. I'm gay, so I talk about these things. He likes for me to do that while I give him oral sex. And it drives him up the wall. It has also made him a little, how can I put it? I'm not going to say he's kind of obsessed with me. Not in a bad way. Not in a crazy way. But let's just say he ain't going to never let me go. We got into it about a month ago, right? And I said I wasn't going to fuck with him no more because he did something that upset me. And what he did, he's jealous. He's kind of jealous over me a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But not to the degree where he's crazy. But if he don't get my attention when he want it, sometimes he pouts. But ladies, y'all know how men are, child. Y'all know how they are. You know how they are, child. But that's another story. But you know, you can really shift and change someone's energies when you're playing around in their anus because of everything that is back there. That is why during slavery, they said that a lot of the slave masters used to rape the black men in the anus. It wasn't because they were looking for pleasure. They weren't raping them because they wanted to get off. They were raping them because they wanted to control them. And there's a certain amount of control that you can take over a person when you're messing with that area back there known as the anus that's connected to the person's spine and their brain. Okay? You can have a certain amount of control over that person. And you can shift that person's energy. So when I say that a man who takes dick up his ass is not heterosexual, a man who accepts dick in his ass is not heterosexual, when I say that, I'm going by the fucking energy. The energy exchange. That is not an exchange of heterosexual energy. And I know what I'm talking about. And I don't have to debate that with no bitch ass nigga who tries to fucking check me and then tries to use somebody against me that I'm cool with. And it worked. But that's okay. Because all shit ends up falling apart any motherfucking way. The same way you got there is going to be the same motherfucking way that it all falls apart for you. Because when a motherfucker tries to, calls himself doing you a disservice, at the end of the day, it also can lead you into a form of self-transformation and empowerment. And that's exactly what this person did for me. Even under the guise of trying to check me, shame me, and be homophobic at the same time, even though they say they're not homophobic. But I just wanted to put that out there, and I've been sitting on this for a long time. Because like I said, I'm like a motherfucking werewolf. I sit in the bushes and I fucking wait. And I wait and I watch for the right time to address shit. But don't ever fucking think that you can check me on a motherfucking thing. Not when it comes to what I know. Now, you can check me and I'm open to learning. Not from that bitch nigga. I don't fuck with him. But I'm open to learning from anyone who comes to me with respect. Because what you don't do, all of us have our own personal cultures. I have my own personal culture. You have your own personal culture. And what the fuck you don't do, you don't disrespect other people's cultures, because that can get you fucked up. And it will get you fucked up. And that is not a spiritual teacher. And I would discourage anybody from fucking with that motherfucking individual on any level, because that individual could be a spiritual Trojan horse who is being manipulated by something or someone else to get to another higher vibrating frequency individual. Because that's what low vampiric bottom feeders do, hence being called a bottom. That is what they do. They look for higher vibrating frequencies that they can attach themselves to. You won't attach yourself to me, motherfucker. But I just had to say that. Anyway, this is Sia Grant. Any motherfucking questions? Keep them to yourself. Or question yourself. Because that is where you're going to get the real answers. Thank you.